What up? It's your boy, the Wine Boss, coming through with another banger fresh off the press. But before I get into it, I want to send a special thank you to all my subscribers, new subscribers, and returning viewers. Man, y'all are really rocking it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are really setting the tone, setting the standard and tapping in, and a lot of new viewers, new subscribers, they're following, and that's the way that you grow the channel, and that's how you know you got a good channel, because everybody is falling in line. There'll be no me without you, and I just want to send my kudos to each and one of y'all for all y'all support, and hopefully you will continue to do so. Now, before we dive into the topic, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Marcus Morris Sr. was arrested yesterday in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on fraud charges related to allegedly canceling a gambling debt in Las Vegas. Morris was accused of knowingly writing bad checks to cover gambling debts. Checks in the amount of $115,000 at the MGM Las Vegas hotel and $150,000 to the Wynn of Las Vegas hotel. Morris was denied bail and was extradited back to Las Vegas. Like, when I heard that story, I'm like, what? Anytime they extradite you, you think like you done something like murder. You know what I'm saying? You done something serious, which it sounds serious. But thankfully, the OG Kendrick Perkins, shared his life story, and it just so happened that he actually went through the same situation, and he gave great colorful context and kind of just put things into a clearer light so we all can understand really what's going on. Perkins, who admitted to having gambling issues, he says now for the last 5 years he's been free of gambling. So that's good for him. That's good, being able to control your addictions. That's the one thing we all struggle with, is the control over the things that we're weak over. So big shout out to Perk for that. But he basically was saying that the report is saying that he wrote like a bad check, and that makes you look bad, right? Because it's like, that's fraud. Anytime you're dealing with checks, that's like fraud. What he's saying is that Morris didn't write a check like the report is saying. He's saying that at the blackjack tables, when you go and gamble in Las Vegas, they give you what they call it's like a line of credit, and they call them markers. So you can go in and get a line of credit or a marker, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 at a time, and you can play off of them, play off of your credit. And evidently Morris must have kept losing and kept adding on to his debt. And they give you 30 days to pay off your debt even when you lose. So it's kind of like a credit, and that should be good for people who got income, I guess, right? So typically, he said that they don't try to take it to prosecution. They generally will work with you if you are open with them, and you are not trying to run or dodge or disrespect them, by making it look like you're not going to pay. And it's just like any of us. If somebody owe you money and they're running, you're gonna approach it different versus them trying to do what they can. So in short, they basically came after him because he wasn't cooperating, with, I guess, the communication, showing that he was trying to actually attempt to pay the debt. Now, Perkins also said that his attorney, Morris' attorney, stated that the funds were already wired back to the hotels. So as we speak, the money has been sent. And so really, it's over with. But they're making an example out of him because he was difficult with them. So now we're going to embarrass you through the media, and we're going to make you stay in jail, stay in custody, and we're going to make you have to take this flight way back to Las Vegas to see us again. So they're basically just making it hard for him, you know. But at the end of the day, if the money is there, then he'll be fine. So over time, this will all pass. So thank you, Perk, for that context. I definitely see clearly now, and I wanted to share that with my people. You know, anytime my people come, I'm gonna try to give you something that you can say, hey, you know what, I didn't know that. So, you know, that's what we doing. You know, we giving gems. So in conclusion, all I want to say is that the media is gonna lie. I think everybody knows that. Everybody knows that the media is all about story, and they will smear an athlete, especially a black athlete. You know, they'll make it worse than what it is. And we have to be knowledgeable and diligent enough to do our own research. You know, instead of just reading the headline in an article and formulating your perspective, why not do some extra research, you know, and find another article, find an article that's different than the one that you saw. Try to compare articles so you can get a true factual understanding of what's going on, because the media is designed to control our way of thinking, and they wanted us to think that he robbed the bank, but it's not that serious. So anyway, that's my story on this particular matter. Again, please make sure you like the channel and continue to support us, man, and go ahead and subscribe, man. As you can see, man, you can check the catalog, man. We got different topics. We branching out to football, so we finna welcome our football community, college football, pro football. What's your team? You know what I'm saying? And we already got this boxing on lock. So I'm Wine Boss, and I'm out of here, bro. Holla.